They were very eager to have the discussion, so I think they were hopeful that this administration was serious, but I think they'd felt burned in the past. They've had many ups and downs, mainly downs, frankly, with the United States over the years. We heard a lot about that. We heard a lot about our democracy programming, the history all the way back to the Bay of Pigs invasion. And what I said is, look, I wasn't even born when these policies were put in place. The reason I'm here is because we want to move beyond this. And again, I think over time, they realized that this was a different conversation than one that they'd had in the past with U.S. administrations, and that allowed them to move forward. It was kind of complicated, but essentially, they wanted their 3 intelligence assets who were imprisoned here in the United States released. We wanted Alan Gross released. They viewed Alan Gross as a spy. We didn't, because he worked for the U.S. Agency of International Development. So we could not and would not just do a straight-up swap those 3 for Alan Gross. When we were able to bring onto the table this additional U.S. intelligence asset who was in prison in Cuba, that unlocked the ability to have the reason to release the 3 Cubans in exchange for our intelligence asset, and they, of course, agreed to release Alan Gross at the same time. Having had that decided, though, what we said to them is, let's broaden this discussion. If we're going to make this big step, let's bring in other elements of the relationship. And that's what led to conversations on their end about the release of political prisoners that we were interested in, or their commitment to continue to pursue access to the internet on the island. We described policy changes that we were thinking of in terms of allowing more travel and commerce on the island. But ultimately, the centerpiece of this became normalization and the establishment of diplomatic relations. So once we had a solution on prisoners, we could go bigger in terms of taking the relationship to a new place.